Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're joining me for the first time, I'm Caleb. Welcome. I trust that you are all keeping safe as well as sanitizing. Today we're going to be doing a simple lesson on types of nouns. Let's switch over. Types of nouns. When dealing with nouns, we first need to understand what is a noun. And a noun is very simple. It just refers to a person, place, idea, or thing. Whenever we come to different types of nouns, ask yourself, does it refer to a person, a place, an idea, or thing? Types of nouns. So as mentioned before, a noun will always be a place, idea, or thing. Now we're going to go into the types of nouns that we will be learning about. And especially for the start of your grade 7 year, it's important for you to know these types of nouns, and it is one of the sections that you will be learning. So the first one is very simple and is known as common nouns. A noun that does not name a specific person, place, thing, or idea. Common nouns are not capitalized, and that is a very important statement because many times we may confuse what a common noun is. But a common noun is basically something that refers to the four elements that we've mentioned, as well as it is not capitalized. And an example of that would be a man, ground, car. Next noun is a proper noun, and a proper noun names a specific person, place, thing, or idea, basically the four elements. And proper nouns are always capitalized. So the difference between common nouns and proper nouns is the capitalization of the words. And these could refer to Italy, Matthew, Woolworths. So if we have to actually categorize this into the elements, Italy will refer to a place, Matthew will refer to a person, and Woolworths will also refer to a place. Next, we come to abstract nouns. These name something you think about but cannot see or touch. Abstract nouns can be either proper or common nouns. So here we can find that it forms part of either common or proper nouns, and meaning it could be capitalized or not. Importantly, how to identify an abstract noun. It's something that you can think about, but you cannot see or touch. So for example, God, emotions, and ideas. So if we have to look at the examples that I've provided, God is a proper noun, therefore it's capitalized, and whereas emotions and ideas will form part of common nouns, however, they are abstract because we cannot touch them or see them. Moving on to concrete nouns, this names a thing that is physical, meaning it can be touched or seen. Concrete nouns can be either proper or common. So again here, it can fall into either common or proper nouns. However, it's as if abstract and concrete nouns are opposite to each other because one you can touch and see and one you cannot. So for example, concrete nouns, we have hairdresser, lips, and ice cream. So we can touch them, we can also see them. A new noun that you're going to be learning about this year is countable nouns based on the name. Countable nouns mean that you can count them. That's basically it. So if you can count something, perfect. For example, apples, desks, laptops. And this is just basically meaning like if there's a box of apples, you'll be able to count them. If there's desks in your classroom, you'll be able to count them physically. However, we move on to an opposite of this, which is your uncountable nouns. It's also referred to as non-countable. And this names something that you cannot count, meaning to count this, it's merely impossible. Like, for example, air molecules, grains of sand, dust particles, and so on. Going more in depth with concrete nouns have sight, touch, hear, smell, and taste. So it uses basically your five senses. And there are pictures that I provided below. And for example, in the first picture, we can see smoke, and that will be our sight. In our second picture, we have leaves, which we can touch. Next, we have stench, which is something we can smell. Below that, we have disturbance. So, for example, if somebody is breaking into your house, you will be able to hear that. And lastly, your taste. I've given an example of sour, but there's various types of taste like sweet, salty, and so on. Moving on to abstract nouns. These nouns are usually ideas or concepts with no clear visual image. They could be ideas, thoughts, feelings, and emotions or concepts. Basically, these examples could be serenity, anger, happiness, hope, love, intelligence. So this is Bailey, everyone, and she's literally been crying. So thought I'd introduce her to you guys. Say hello. Moving on, when you think about an image of hope, everyone has a different image in mind. One could think about prayer, hoping in God, peace, various other images. So it's a very broad idea. These abstract nouns can only be described and imagined. So hope, I can describe to you what it is and I can imagine what it is. However, I cannot physically show you or bring hope to you in a jar or in a plastic bag. We can't even buy hope. This is why abstract nouns often have symbols to show meaning. So for example, if we look at the bottom, here we have the peace sign, and that is representing peace. So it's a symbol that shows meaning. And if we go to the far right, we have two hearts, and that could show two people in love, showing the emotion of love. I've got a quick activity for us to do together, and it says study the following words below and identify what type of noun it is. So let's look at the first one. We have bus. Looking at the small letter it's starting with, we could immediately classify it as a common noun, and it will be referring to a thing. Next, we go on to God. Now, God is a proper noun, yes, but it can also be classified as another noun, which is an abstract noun, something that we cannot see or touch. So it's an abstract noun that's also proper. Next, we have doctor. Now, doctor will refer to one, it's going to be a common noun because small letter. And secondly, we could also say that it's a concrete noun because someone that we can see or touch. Friday, we cannot touch, we cannot see Friday. We can see the word, but we cannot see it physically. It's a proper noun, it's a day of the week. Then we move on to sister. Sister will relate to a common noun. Sand, if you think about the ocean or beach, for example. So if it's something that we cannot count, it will refer to as an uncountable or non-countable noun. Charlie will basically refer to a proper noun. Love. Now, love is an emotion. It's referred to as an abstract noun. And lastly, we have in the left-hand corner, we have coffee powder. If you look at the coffee granules, if you had to decide to count all the coffee granules, it will take you a very, very long time. So here we will name it as a uncountable noun. And there you have it, types of nouns. If you have any questions or queries, you can either send me an email, which will be linked in the description below, or you could pop me a comment down below, and I will be sure to reply to you as soon as possible. Bye, guys.